Let me just set up the presentation. Hey, baby. It's no secret that the PvP community is divided. We've currently got two sections to it. We've got the 1.8 community and we've got the 1.9 community. The former being a good deal larger. So what does Mojang decide to do? Let's divide it again. Okay, next slide. I introduce you to combat snapshots. Now, the most fundamental part of the combat snapshots are the varying attack speeds and reach among weapons. So an easy way to think of it is the sword equates to high damage output. Why is that? Well, while it doesn't equal the reach of, say, a trident, it's got the fastest attack speed. On the other hand, the trident does equate distance, but it doesn't match the sword's attack speed. So you choose between the two. Either you want the high damage output or you want the distance game, in which case you would pick the trident. You could also delay hits for extra reach, and we'll talk more about that later. I think that the combat snapshots are the best thing to happen to the PvP community in a long time. The combat snapshots adopt the best traits of 1.8 and 1.9 and sprinkle in their own improvements. Damn, look at that, all the freaking motions and stuff, dude. That's like immersive. It's like, I don't know what I'm talking about. The combat snapshots satisfy the aspects that make 1.8 so fast-paced. An easy example of this is fast hitting. Now, if you take a 1.8 combo and remove the spam clicking, they look quite similar to 1.9 combos. Now I introduce to you the fusion combo. The fusion combo looks like this, and it's faster than anything that you can accomplish in 1.8 or 1.9. If you can prove me wrong on that front, please do. I like learning about this stuff. Now, 1.9 strategies still work, and they work quite well. But the great thing about this version is you're no longer confined to those really gapped out hits, right? Another thing that is very prevalent in 1.8 that isn't so prevalent with 1.9 is strafing. Now, why is strafing so important in the combat snapshots? Well, there's actually a reason to it that beats even 1.8, and that's because you want to dodge charged hits. Now, charged hits are what you get when you delay your hits. Once again, we'll talk about that later. I know I've already said that before, but I promise you we're going to get into detail about those charged hits in a bit. By the way, I wanted to sneak in here to say that if you're enjoying the video, do hit that subscribe button. I plan on making more combat snapshot videos just like this in the future with my face in it. And who wouldn't want to see more of this? Damn. No one told me I look this fucking handsome. Okay. What? The combat snapshots preserve 1.9's click speed independence and welcome the playstyle variety present in Axe PvP. Now, this click speed independence is implemented through a forced cooldown. Because of this forced cooldown, I would actually say that the combat snapshots implement this even better than 1.9. I know that a lot of new 1.9 players, they spam click for months, not knowing about the damage that they're missing out on. I'm a good example of that for the first couple months. Another really good example of this, where I could actually show you some proper footage, is PewDiePie with his Let's Play in 2019. He spent a lot of time just spam clicking mobs, not knowing that he was missing out on damage as well. The combat snapshots also share Axe PvP's playstyle variety. Axe PvP offers Dream Stratters, may they burn in hell, Bow Spammers, may they also burn in hell, Sword Mainers, that's me, hell yeah, etc. And what's great about this is you can focus on honing any of these skills. You can focus on becoming one of these. Also, your opponents will have different playstyles, meaning you're constantly adjusting to your opponent's playstyle. So you've always got an active mind. Likewise, the combat snapshots offers sword users, trident users, that's it. You've got players who frequently throw their tridents, and more. I think in 1.8, once again, come in here and prove me wrong in the comments if you can. In 1.8, everyone focuses on just about the same mechanics. Unpredictability in their strafes, aiming. UHC does not count, by the way, since UHC also applies to 1.9 in the combat snapshots. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of slack for that. And you know what? I'm ready to take it. The combat snapshots offer a proper counter to combos. Charged hits. I told you we would go into detail about this. A charged hit is what you get not when you wait 100%. It's when you wait 200%. Now if you wait 200%, you get an extra entire block of reach. Now this allows you to outreach combos. What's great is, let's say, if you're doing one of these 1.9 style combos, let's say with a trident, which is the weapon you ultimately want to do them with, you're hitting too fast to allow your trident to fully charge to 200%. So if you're on the receiving end of that combo, what you can do is maybe grab your own trident, allow that trident to charge to 200%, and then outreach your opponent. Theoretically, you should outreach your opponent. Ping plays a big role in Minecraft PvP, so this doesn't apply to every situation, but it definitely helps out. So remember, if you're trying to get out of combo, whip out that trident, baby. Said that in kind of a weird way. Okay, anyways, the combat snapshots mix 1.8 and 1.9 and fix a major flaw in both versions. The combat snapshots have recently been picking up activity. It was popularized by a guy named minemanner, thanks to you, because honestly, if you didn't come around and do that, I probably would not have come back to YouTube. And the combat snapshot seems to be the next project after 1.19. Mojang seems to be putting together a team to focus on these combat mechanics. So I'm hopeful, I'm crossing my fingers. See? You guys see me crossing my fingers? West side. Oh god, I'm gonna get shot now on the streets. Now we got a couple servers for the combat snapshots in case you're interested in trying it out, and I'm hoping you are. Now the biggest one is called Venade, formerly known as Combat Reforged. RIP Combat Reforged. I gotta pay my respects. That's the OG combat snapshot server, and the IP of that will be listed on the screen. We've also got Combat Enhanced, which is ultimately my new main server. We've got New PvP, which actually you're gonna see two IPs on the screen. They've got a Europe branch, and then they've got a North American branch. The North American branch is dead, however, but so is Combat Enhanced. Combat Enhanced just happens to be run by a friend of mine, so I decided to main that. And the last one is Eternal PvP, which was actually my main prior to this video. The problem with that is it's been whitelisted, so that server's dead as well. So ultimately, if you're North American, yeah, sorry, you kind of got it bad. You can play on Venade and get the solid player count, but you're gonna have to put up with high ping. We don't want to repeat the 1.9 fiasco, and neither does Mojang. Mojang soon needs our input more than ever, so please, if you desire, try the snapshots for yourself. Also subscribe. Wait, the mic's over here. Also subscribe.